Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you, and welcome back to my car. Today, we are back to taste another SpongeBob meal. A while back, maybe a year ago, I tasted Wendy's version of the SpongeBob meal. This time, we're at Burger King. Burger King has now partnered with SpongeBob to do a SpongeBob-themed meal, and I'm here to see if they did it better. In terms of flavor, in terms of packaging, in terms of the whole SpongeBob experience. Oh, if you missed that taste test, I'll put a link down below so you can compare the Wendy's version with the Burger King version. So let's go ahead and get started. So Burger King is offering 4 items, and you can get them all together in a bundle for $14.99. So not exactly inexpensive for one meal. I also got the junior meal, which includes a SpongeBob themed toy, but I believe the contents of the meal are exactly the same. Just like a Happy Meal, you would get the same items, but you just get a toy. So the first thing I want to try is this pineapple beverage. I don't have the official name, it's not written on here. So when I was at Wendy's, they also had a pineapple whipped drink that came with the meal, and this one does as well. It comes in this really great packaging, which was one of my biggest criticisms of the Wendy's meal, is that the packaging was very blah. There was no branding actually, and I was very disappointed by that. But this actually has SpongeBob there. See, not just a sheet of non-existent stickers, there's actually SpongeBob here. And because it's the collaboration with the movie, it says the SpongeBob movie, The Search for Square Pants. Clear stuff at the bottom. It looks like it might be fizzy. There's some bubbles and there's some foam on the top. So it's a parfait kind of thing. Like there's some layers here. I'm not sure how intentional that is. Ooh, when you dip it in, it's like icy and whipped on top. Ooh, very curious about this. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a stir. Cheers. Ooh, this is more like a beverage, at least on the bottom. It tastes like a very sweet pineapple soda. And in the middle, it's like an icy or slushy. It's frozen and airy. Oh, I like this. And on the top, it tastes a lot like the whipped cream you get out of a can. To me, this is much more like a beverage you could have with a meal rather than a dessert. The Wendy's one was more dessert-like. It was more like a Dole Whip, which is fine, but if I'm consuming a meal and I want something to quench my thirst, this does it. This is like an icy, but pineapple flavored. I actually really like this. I'm so surprised. I like that depending on where you place the straw, you get a different experience. Down below, it's more like a soda. In the middle, it's an icy. This is great. I like this. I'm so surprised. I'm also hungry, caveat, but I do like that one better than Wendy's. So far, Burger King wins on that one. The bundle also comes in this great box. Look at this. We have solid branding here. Pineapple, pineapple under the sea. Great branding. Very recognizable. Wendy's came in a bag that wasn't even SpongeBob themed. In the bundle, you get the SpongeBob Krabby Whopper with cheese. So they don't call it a Krabby Patty, they call it the Krabby Whopper. All right, so there's a bit of a distinction. Oh my gosh, I love this. Look at the paper. Isn't that great? There's SpongeBob. Oh my gosh, look at this burger. The bun is bright yellow and it's kind of square, which is great, square pants rather than being round. So this bun was particularly made for this burger. I like that. Very niche. Not just taking a pre-existing burger and wrapping it in some paper. You know what I mean? There's some thought put into this. Inside this very yellow bun, we've got tomato, lettuce, onion, cheese, pickle, a patty, and that's it. Incidentally, if you want to learn how to make your own Krabby Patty at home using crab, you should check out my video I made not too long ago, and I'll put the link to it down below. The real Krabby Patty was supposed to be vegetarian, not a beef patty, but let's give this a taste. Itadakimasu. I always like how Burger King's patties are treated. They're flame broiled, so they've got a bit of a smoky flavor. I really appreciate that. It adds an additional layer of flavor. The whole thing is a little bit dry, but I haven't gotten to the middle yet with the mayonnaise and the cheese and the ketchup. So let's take another bite. To me, it just tastes like a cheese Whopper. I don't taste any difference. The coloring that they use in the patty doesn't add any additional flavor. Having said that, it's a pretty good fast food burger. The patty is smoky, it's well seasoned. There's plenty of toppings on there. Really like the addition of the pickles, fresh onion, tomato, lettuce. I do find it a little starch heavy, so maybe if there's a little less bun for me, I think it would be more balanced in terms of starch to content ratio, you know what I mean? That bite that I took that included the pickle was very salty, so the edges don't seem as salty. So I think it's the pickles that's giving me that additional layer of salt. So a little much in terms of a head-to-head with the Wendy's version of the burger. I think that's their version of their staple burger, and this is the Whopper, and they're pretty much identical to their own burger. So it's probably up to you whether you prefer the Whopper or the Wendy's burger in terms of taste preferences, because they're essentially the same version of the other burger, just different packaging. Next, let's try these. And these are Mr. Krabs cheesy bacon tots. Fun, right? Look at this packaging. Again, Burger King scores high points with very specific, targeted, branded packaging. And this takes the shape of a treasure chest. I mean, love that. It's not just their normal French fry box with a picture of Mr. Krabs on it. It's specific. Inside it says treasure for your taste buds. And we've got little cheesy bacon tots. So again, not just regular French fries or regular tots, very specific. Cheesy bacon tots. Let's see how they are. Itadakimasu. Oh, I wasn't prepared for the texture. They're a little bit gooey and chewy. And my mind's a bit confused by it, because when I see this, I think nugget, and then I bite into it, and then I'm puzzled. I just think there's too many things going on, too many flavors, too many textures, but I'm also not a huge tater tot fan. I know, don't get mad. There's a caveat. I like them really well cooked when they're crispy. Soggy tater tots or undercooked tater tots are the worst. It's like you're eating raw, shredded potato. These are well cooked. They're a little bit crispy on the outside, but I don't like the texture. It's kind of gummy. It's a gummy tater tot that's too salty, and rather than tasting like bacon, it tastes more like ham to me. Kind of a smoky, porky flavor with a gluey texture. They kind of remind me also of, if you've ever had Pringles chips that are flavored like ham. Have you ever tried those strange Pringle flavors when they have meat flavored ones? That's what it tastes like. It tastes artificial. Okay. And lastly, we have one dessert item for the bundle. And this came in this cute little bag. SpongeBob movie. Look, the bag is totally themed. Love. But we get the bag and the pineapple box. And this is Patrick Starr's berry shortcake pie. How adorable is that? Love this packaging. And inside we have a little strawberry shortcake pie cake thing. And this one is noticeably cold, and I think it's smart to have it separate from the others in the box, because the heat of the tater tots and the burger would affect our pie in a bad way. So there's the pie. It has a whipped topping on top with some star sprinkles, a pink layer, and a crust. Let's give it a go. Itadakimasu. Not my favorite. The crust is very sweet and has a vanilla graham flavor to it. The pie itself has a nice texture. It's very moussey. It's like a whipped moussey texture, and on top you've got whipped topping. It definitely tastes like the spray can kind of Cool Whip flavor, vanilla, but not very creamy. It doesn't taste like cream. The pink layer tastes like the strawberry Nestle Quick. You know what I mean? That artificial strawberry flavor. But nice to have a little dessert at the end of your meal. And this packaging, so good. Let's find out what I got in my junior meal. I got the cheeseburger, and it looks like just their standard cheeseburger. Right here, standard fries. Oh, so salty and a little cold, but that's sort of typical for drive-thru, isn't it? If these were hot, I think they'd be really great. I like that they're a little bit thick, so you get a fluffy center. And most of these are crisp on the outside. Oh my gosh. This is like perfect size for me. Look how cute. So the cheeseburger is similar to a McDonald's cheeseburger. There's just pickle, mustard, ketchup, cheese, bun, and beef patty. Here we go. Itadakimasu. Mouse. Again, the patty is really nice and smoky. I think that's really what makes a burger patty distinctive at Burger King. So many millions of children would love this because it's not too heavy on other flavors, no vegetables. It's very, very kind of plain. And lastly, let's see what toy I got. Yes, I got Patrick. Patrick is my favorite. Love Patrick and his little spinny arms. Solid toy. So final thoughts on who got the W here between Burger King and Wendy's, and I'm gonna give it to Burger King. Burger King's menu was well considered, well presented, and overall I think really captured the SpongeBob theme much better than the Wendy's. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it, my thoughts on SpongeBob at Burger King. If you want to check out some more fast food taste tests, definitely check out the playlist down below. Alright, my lovelies, thanks as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Alrighty, now it's time to finish my lunch.